Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Game Hub. I'm your host, GamerK, and we are in the month of April, ladies and gentlemen. Another month for a bunch of brand new videos for the Game Hub. And now it's time to talk about... Why are you on my hand? Oh. Okay, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense since this is debuting on Easter. Okay, but it's not my Easter, though. What do you mean you don't care? You are this close to going into the disposable unit. Don't try to get sympathy from people. Is this supposed to be a skit or something? I've gone crazy, haven't I? I'm arguing with a rabbit puppet. You're going to stick around for the entire video, aren't you? Great. Don't just look at the camera. Well, yeah, happy Easter to a bunch of my friends. And, yeah, I have this little annoying guy who I used to use to annoy my sister, but now apparently he's annoying me right now. But, yeah, because I am Orthodox, my Easter doesn't take place until next week. Are you going to annoy me then? Yeah, because we don't really cook animals like you for our Easter. Yeah, you do lamb. But anyway, it's the first video of the month, and I decided to do something that's a little bit crazy, very crazy actually. I'm going to be talking about the season 2 of one of Telltale's best games, Batman: The Telltale series, season 2, The Enemy Within. You don't have a voice. Hooray. Am I going to have to play translator too? Okay, I think I'm starting to sense a theme with this video. So, season 2 came out, let's see, about 2 years after the very first game, which had a bunch of amazing things that happened throughout and they took a very unique twist on the Batman series. And does this same sanity and originality come through within the second season? Can you at least let me talk about it? I'm starting to get annoyed with you already. And that too. Can you at least get me my notes and put them over here so I can at least see them? Thank you. Anyway, let's dive into the madness of The Enemy Within. So, to start off, the game does what the Telltale games were doing at the time, which is doing 5 episodes spaced out about 2 months in advance. Well, not 2 months in advance, but 2 months after each episode in order to create the sense of really originality. And by doing so, by having every episode, like you can see the episode name and kind of the synopsis, but the image of the character would be shadowed out in order to create a little bit of mystery. Let me see. Could you please move? I can't see. I get the feeling, I just hope he's not. Will you stop? Oh, you're done now. Thank you. Let's see. So, yeah, the main game takes place about the story of The Enemy Within. Kind of takes place a couple months to almost a year after the whole Children of Arkham incident, which, yeah, I loved it. I loved it, but at the same time, Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna hold back. I love the first game and the entire story that it created with its really intricate characters and its unique twist on some of Batman's rogues gallery. Now, one thing I want to mention is that even if you didn't play the first game before you played the second game, which I'm going to be honest is stupid, you have to play the second game. Tell them, Rabbit. You have to play Season 1 first because it's awesome. But even if you don't, and one thing I do love is how they allow you to change the tech of all the bat scanner, like you could in the other game, to kind of customize it to make it your own Batman. And before the game starts, you can implement the choices you made during your first playthrough of Season 1, or you can pick and choose which choices you did. That will kind of affect how Season 2 kind of plays out. In theory, that's what happens. But the only thing that you can really choose is to make sure that you did romance Catwoman, because there's one thing I keep messing up at the end of episode 4? Episode 4 of Season 1 that kind of ruined it for me. But yeah, I'm really happy that we get to romance Catwoman. So the game opens up with a mysterious figure at a casino who's mixing with a puzzle box. Yeah, we all know. Yeah, just from that alone, you guys already know who it is. No, not Killer. What is wrong with you? Can I please focus on this now? Thank you. Am I going to get my hand back? Oh. Okay. So, yeah, obviously, throughout this game, we get a bunch of new villains that were not in Season 1. And that's kind of a mixed bag for me right there. I mean, yeah, having a bunch of new characters for Season 2 is great. But we spent 5 episodes maturing the Penguin, Two-Face. So, and Zsasz, and technically, incidentally, we also got Ventriloquist in episode 4 of the first game. Thank you. And I'm surprised we didn't get to see more of them since they were kind of let loose a little bit. Although that Rockstar dude, or Brockstar, I have no clue who that guy is. So yeah, we open with the first, and okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait before I talk about the story. I'm gonna get more into the gameplay thing because it's your basic point-and-click adventure game that Telltale is famous for. With and pretty much all the combat is QTE, but it's one thing I do love about the Telltale games is that they do know how to pepper in the QTE and the point-click discovery sections of the game. Okay, it's just called point and click. That doesn't mean you have to do it. Oh my God. But yeah, I got it. They also implement, I mean, yeah, I know this kind of happens in all Telltale games where depending on the choices you make for each character, your relationship with them will kind of either strengthen or will kind of break apart. And this game constantly does that throughout every episode. Between your relationship with Alfred, with Lucius, with his daughter Tiffany, who's introduced into the game, which I kind of like. But more so with Gordon and someone else I'm going to get to, but in a bit later. Also throughout with the villains, with John Doe, with Catwoman. Yes, Catwoman is still voiced by Laura Bailey. No, there is not a romance scene like there was near the end of episode 3. I don't know that because they didn't want to do one. Yes, yes, yes. Laura Bailey is a treasure. Oh my God. This is going to take too freaking long. And going on about the cast once again, Batman Bruce Wayne is voiced again by a fan favorite, and I swear to God, I'm going to meet him hopefully this year at Fan Expo if he's ever coming back. Troy Baker. He is... Yes, 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 yes. We know Troy Baker's awesome. Can you calm down for one fucking minute? Thank you. I don't think I'm going to get through this. Anyway. In a minute. Okay, yeah, I have the right information. Just wanted to double check. Let's see. So yeah, one thing I do, implementing with the choice system, it feels more it feels more realistic and actually impactful in a good majority of situations. Also, there will be the decisions half the time in order to go to eat as Bruce Wayne or Batman in order to implement a good majority of choices and to forge and strengthen or break relationships with certain characters. It's really, really fun. It does what it's supposed to, and it implements the whole choice building system to its full potential, and I can't wait for next year about The Wolf Among Us and what we do for that. Yes, we have to wait another year. Because they just got a bunch of funding, and they want to polish the game and make sure there are no bugs or issues. Yes, you can relax. No, I don't know if Alice in Wonderland characters are going to be in this season 2. I don't know. And no, Mad Hatter is not in this season of Batman Telltale. Yeah, ever since Mad Hatter in the Arkham games, he's been kind of fidgety since he's had to watch me play the games. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to use my hand to get a drink. So, now that I've implemented the entirety of the 5-episode stuff, the gameplay-wise, the morality system, and that's kind of been evolved more and utilized more in this game. Let's see. Sorry, it's taking me a good while. While I focus more on this, the entirety of the tale of Batman, The Enemy Within, takes about, which is actually pretty respectable amount of time for 5 episodes, and depending on what ways you go about each episode, it will take you approximately usually 10 to 11 hours to complete the game. And again, for a point-and-click adventure and one of Telltale's grand design, it's actually it's pretty solid. Replaying the game and doing some of the choices you never did is always an option and fun. Plus, you can always, give the reins to one of your friends and watch them play. Okay, can I please get to the voice actors now? Because this is actually a pretty impressive list. Yes. Yes, pretty cool. Like how they had Sully from Uncharted being the mobster, Carmine Falcone. Thank you. Oh my God. Yes, he is back and in full swing. Okay, see, if Jeff Dunham has shown us anything, do not give puppets coffee. Yeah, I'm not giving you any. Can I please get on with this? Thank you. I swear to God, he's going in a cage the minute this review's over. So, like I stated kind of earlier, we have a mysterious man in green with a puzzle box. And that is... Okay, could you, like, applaud, please? Because I can't snap my fingers. We have the Riddler. And I do love this design of the Riddler. It's kind of sleek. It's kind of mysterious. And he is voiced by an absolute amazing voice actor. We have Robin Atkin Downs, who is a British voice actor, and a bunch of you may know him as frickin' Luxord from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, that makes his character 10 times better. Let's see, we also have, obviously, re-portraying his role as the mysterious John Doe. We have a man who has every aspect of every Joker ever. You know what? Show a montage of all the Jokers that have come before us and how all kind of implemented their own style. And Gruber has taken reference from a majority of different Jokers throughout the years. You get out of here. But has done an amazing and unique performance as the proto Joker or pre-Joker. Yeah, and this one you feel a little bit more sad for John because he's still trying to find out who he is, and he plays a big, intricate part of the game, and it's beautifully done, connecting our relationship, Bruce's relationship with him, and it's all so freaking satisfying. And we also have... Okay, I know about a good number of my friends who are going to love this. Here, let's move over. Here, right underneath my lovely Harley Quinn... No, my lovely Harley Quinn picture, we have The Enemy Within's Harley Quinn, which, goddamn, looks like a heavy influence from the Arkham City Harley Quinn, but more badass biker girl, and she is in full control of the reins in this game. And I do love how they kind of twisted that Joker is the Harley to Harley's Joker in this. Did that make sense? You know what I mean. John Doe is technically the Harley in this scenario, and Harley is the Joker in this scenario, which I kind of like. I love the dynamic. I love it. It's an absolute blast. And then we also have Bane coming in this game, voiced by J.P. Blanc. Oh, right, Harley. She is voiced by Laura Post, a fantastic voice actor who, for those of you who know this villain, she played an even creepier villain in Kill la Kill. Yeah, not winning any Mother of the Year awards, this one. But Laura Post does an amazing job portraying Harley, because playing Harley Quinn, it's not an easy role to take. It's not an easy role to do, especially when Telltale does it in their own unique style. But it works here 100%. And Bane is voiced by J.P. Blanc, who, for those of you who are big fans of a certain series, he plays Dojima in Persona 4. And he voiced Bane in the Batman Arkham Origins prequel game, which is absolutely amazing. Plus, we also have Mr. Freeze, voiced by, again, one of my pure favorite voice actors, Matt Mercer. And I can't wait to meet him one of these days. I can't wait. And then we have... like I said, little annoying, wanted to know, Laura Bailey is back portraying Catwoman, Selena Kyle. Although, I want to point something out that I think I noticed that I don't think everyone kind of saw. Did they kind of change her face design a little bit from season 1? Okay, here's season 1, here's season 2. See, even the rabbit sees the difference. And after the first chapter of the game, after Riddler escapes, I'm okay, I'm okay. So I talked about a lot of the good things in this game. And I'm going to spoil something, is that at the end of episode 1, a murder takes place, and there's a big hidden mystery, which, all honesty, went right over my freaking head, as always, usually. But it's done really well. It's done really well until the fifth episode. Because after we suffer a death in the Bat family, I'm not going to say who. Yeah, it's every bit of emotion in this game, every twist is done it's done really well. It feels like this can technically be its own Batman universe, and I do love that. I love how they didn't take so much reference from a majority. I mean, yeah, they took reference from the Batman story and characters, but they kind of twist it in their own way, and that's what Telltale really does well. Now, I talked a lot about the good stuff in the game. A lot of good stuff. This game, if this game could only be guilty of 2 sins, I mean, if you can call it a sin, which I think a lot of Batman fans would agree, and he's already upset because he already knows what happens because he saw the list. After the chapter 1 of the first episode, we are introduced to the agency, where we will have to play nice with some of them, with the agency for a bit. And we get introduced to everyone's favorite DC character, Amanda fucking the Waller, who is voiced by Deborah Wilson. Now, I'm going to say it again. I don't hate voice actresses. I don't hate voice actors. I just hate the character that they are. And also, apparently, Wilson's going to be voicing her in the upcoming Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. So, rejoice for that, ladies and gentlemen. If you can muster the strength to do so. So basically, we're told as Bruce Wayne to go undercover with the Pact, which is basically Riddler, Harley, John, Bane, Freeze, and technically Catwoman, because she does freelance work. So yeah, we play a majority of the game working with the goddamn villains a majority of the time, mostly as a favor to John Doe to look good in front of Harley. And the moments between John and Bruce, I'm gonna admit, I love it. It's a kind of relationship between Joker and Batman we never get to see. I mean, we see them constantly as enemies, but never as really friends. And this game definitely takes up on that kind of switching the entire thing around concept and makes it work in a good way. Now, I mentioned the 2 sins in this game. Well, the second one would have to be at the end of episode 4, where we, depending on what we choose to say to John before the final of the episode, episode 5 can go one of 2 ways. And I always pick the good way, the route that actually makes sense and actually gives us the better climax of the season. Will you grow up? Are you done? Thank you. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what the choices are and the results. So, if you tell John that that you don't believe him about what happened, at the ending of episode 4, he will save Harley and release his inhibitions. I think that's the word. His dark side, basically. And at the beginning of episode 5, we finally get John Doe Joker, Telltale's Joker, and my God, does it look magnificent. I love it. And this is when he starts going a lot crazier and being more Joker-esque, and with his diabolical plans and his absolute insane sense of humor, which I love. And Anthony and Gruber did John Doe very well in season 1, episode 4, and then in this whole game. But being Joker is where he hits a high note. I compare all future Jokers to him nowadays, from Mark Hamill to Nicholson to Ledger to Monaghan, and yeah, to Troy Baker too. Now that I think about it, that's kind of weird that Baker also voiced Joker in Batman Arkham, so that's kind of enjoyable, to be honest, having two Jokers go at it at each other. And then afterwards in episode 5, we get better finale and a better reveal of the side thing that kind of launched us into this whole thing anyway. It's done in a Joker-ish way, which is downright diabolical, but at the same time, enjoyable too. It's perfect. And then if you say you believe John, he will go with you to the bridge, talk Harley down, and just look. Rabbit, do point. Okay, yeah, it takes a while to master. Yeah, I can usually do it just because I've been doing this for years, but there's a button over there. Yeah, good. So I'm going to cover my eyes. Could you just press the button? Yeah, you need to really hit it. Just please. Yeah, you're seeing you're seeing it. John becomes Joker the Vigilante, and even made his own batarangs that look like laughing smile faces. Yeah, I played it once just to see what would happen. And then every time I replayed it, I went right to the Joker villain, because that's a lot more amazing. Because then Joker's trying to help us by saying he did not kill Riddler. Okay, yeah, Riddler dies at the end of episode 1. So, yeah, big spoiler. Because Waller has a manhunt for him. And depending on our relationship with him, Gordon will most likely will not help us. But for some reason, episode 5, if you take the Vigilante Joker route, is admittedly shorter than if you do the villain Joker. So, yeah. I mean, I like that they had an interesting idea of making 2 different versions of Joker, and in the Vigilante one, you fight him as Batman, and if you do villain Joker, you end up fighting him at the end as Bruce Wayne. Oh boy, you guys had a lot of ideas, and you kind of crammed them all in one. But then Waller kind of puts shock collars on Bane, Harley, and Catwoman in order to fight us. Okay, Waller, I hate you. I absolutely hate Waller. Since I've known your character from the Suicide Squad movie, you have tried doing this whole getting villains and controlling them thing. You've done it 3 times. 3. You know what? Show them. Oh, that's from an episode of Arrow. Yeah, she was in that too. Yeah. Even the rabbit agrees. Waller, you have failed 3 times at this. And so what makes you think doing this again? Although, to be fair, these are different incarnations. But Waller trying to use supervillains in order to beat superheroes doesn't really go well for her, does it? But luckily, in 2 of these incarnations, she ends up dead. Yeah, Waller's basically the Umbridge of the DC universe, isn't she? Yep. Now, one little small side note. Throughout the game, you can still romance Catwoman, which I love doing because it's the pinnacle of what to do with Catwoman in this game. And it's done very well. It's not done overly romantic. It's not done super cliche. There is some mixed emotions with them because we all love Batcat. Oh, no, wait, that's from Gotham. Regardless. So, even my small little gripes about Waller and the Vigilante Joker episode 5 choice, the entirety of The Enemy Within has that feel that it expanded more of the Telltale Batman lore and universe. Also, in the Batcave, there are little trophies from the previous villains of Season 1 and the villains of Season 2 with kind of bio about them. Yeah, we don't really utilize the Batcave or like the Batcomputer that much throughout Season 2 as we did of Season 1. Also, in the newspapers in the game, I mean, if you look through them, they talk about Harvey Dent, they talk about Harvey and Penguin majority of the time, but we never see them. So, I'm not sure if they were setting up for Season 3, but I really hope they do because I think it would be a good idea. So it does amazing new things. It adds a bunch of new characters. And it paves the way for the showdown between the world's greatest detective and his mortal, laughing archenemy. And the cast does an amazing job. I can't say a lot of negative things about it. So, GamerK's final verdict for Batman the Telltale series, The Enemy Within, is a downright amazing, malicious, and intriguing 8 out of 10. It would have been a 9 if they, didn't do the whole thing with the Vigilante Joker and instead kind of, I don't know, done some other things. Like, have Gordon help out more on the sidelines more than he does in this, and more like how he did in Season 1 when he was not trusting us enough, because I can still see the little bit of doubt that he has about Batman, but it's not divulged enough throughout this season. It's kind of played off a little bit to the sidelines, and I kind of wish they kind of focused more on it. And plus, the absolute idiotic final choice of the season, which I don't understand, because if they do Season 3, whatever we choose, I'm not gonna let it slip. It kind of feels unnecessary and beyond nonsense. And I just hope that if they do Season 3, they bring back Season 2 and Season 1 villains and kind of mash it up with someone else at the wheel. And God help you if you bring Hugo Strange into the mix. Well, that's it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and join me next week where, ironically, it's another figurine that to celebrate 100 years with one of the luckiest Lagomorphs around. Yes, that's a technical term for it. This is GamerK, logging out.